Later on, I got to know my Auntie Hannah much better, really, beyond the auntie who came for Christmas and who we would meet usually on very cold, blustery Welsh beaches. The two families would meet, and I always remember them being really cold. Uh, but later on, I got to know her better because I wanted to travel in Eastern Europe, and I thought she might have contacts there. Unfortunately, the first time she asked me to take some presents for her remaining family, but unfortunately we weren't allowed to go in the end. And then she began to tell me something about her life. I was always a bit hesitant because I wasn't sure how ready she was to talk about these things. But in fact, she really opened up to me and wrote two accounts of her life, which I found extremely moving. One day I went with my wife, Kim, to stay with them. We were older by now, of course. And under the bed in the spare bedroom, we found a book of photographs. Perhaps we shouldn't have looked, I don't know, but I have a feeling that Joni would have looked too. I couldn't resist it. It was a book of photographs, and they were photographs of Hannah's childhood. And it was quite extraordinary. It was a completely different world from the one in which I knew she lived, at least since the war in England. It was a world, very privileged world as far as I could see. Lots of pictures of mountains and troikas going through the snow and holidays in the south of France. Very, very wealthy and privileged, which made the reading of her story, how she escaped to England as a young woman, but the hardships she endured then in service at first, were almost unbelievable. I've always found it really difficult to know how my Auntie Hannah ever managed to hold the two things together. The pre-war, privileged, rather attractive looking young woman, and then the life she lived with my Uncle Idris. He was an academic in Swansea.